EU faces a number of challenges at this time, including the Brexit negotiations, climate change, economic recovery following COVID-19, the conflict in Syria, the faltering EU-Turkey migration agreement, and threats to the rule of law in Poland and Hungary. So I think we're fortunate that Germany takes over the presidency of the European Union next month. I think Chancellor Merkel's wisdom and experience will be called upon in spades for the next 6 months. Just 2 questions. My first question is in relation to the next generation EU. This, we're told, will be a mix of grants and loans. To repay this, the European Commission has brought forward new own resources proposals, including, for example, an extension of the emissions trading system based on own resources to the maritime and aviation sectors, a carbon border adjustment mechanism, a single market levy, and a digital tax. What is the Irish position in relation to these own resources? A digital tax would, of course, cause problems for companies here in Ireland, such as Google and Facebook. Is our economic model, which relies on a low rate of corporation tax, under threat? The OECD is due to complete its examination of this issue by the end of the year. The European Commission seems intent on introducing a new EU levy on digital services and a minimum corporation tax if the OECD process fails. Of course, Ireland has a veto, but the pressure on us to yield on this is increasing all the time. Does all of this pose another challenge to our economic recovery, to our foreign direct investment? We are heading for a perfect storm, and I'd be interested in the Minister's views on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Minister.
Thank you, Deputy. On this issue, as the Taoiseach outlined earlier, the next generation financing will be raised by temporarily increasing the ceiling on own resources to 2% of EU gross national income. This will allow us, obviously, to borrow the money. In terms of how we repay that, this is a debate that is still ongoing and there has been no agreement on. Ireland's perspective has not changed. We have said, and this is an agreement that has been reached by all Member States, a tax on plastics is something that we would agree on. We have said that we would consider looking at the ETS. But in terms of the CCCTB or digital tax, as you've just outlined, we would be very sceptical on this, particularly when it comes to the digital tax. We believe that this is an issue that should be addressed through the OECD process. It is a global issue and it should be dealt with on the global stage. So our position on that has not changed. There are obviously different views. This is the first time that these proposals have been dealt with since the introduction of the Next Generation Fund. And obviously we want leaders to be able to reach an agreement by July, but this is our position. We support the introduction of plastic-based taxes, possibly looking at the ETS, but all of the other issues we see as being potentially problematic.
Thank you, Deputy.